Abram and Sarai. Before this story, we learned about the Tower of Babel and mankind's attempts to be their own gods and make their name great. Now we learn about Abram, God's chosen hero to be the father of nations. The following is inspired by the book of Genesis. Out of the line of Shem came Abram, a man well advanced in years. When Abram was 75 years old, the Lord spoke to him, saying, "Go away from your country and your people to an unknown land. I have a place for you. I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who dishonor you. And through you all the nations shall be blessed." This was Abram's call to adventure, and he had no idea what the Lord would truly do through him. Yet he obeyed and left his father's land with his wife Sarai and his nephew Lot. They journeyed together, determined to see God's will unfold before them. They set out to Canaan, the land God had chosen for them. There, God spoke to Abram, saying, "This is the land I have promised to you and your descendants." Even now, as the Lord's will was being shown to Abram, he could not fathom what great things God would do. Abram pitched their tent in between Bethel and a place called Ai, and built an altar there and dedicated it to the Lord. Shortly after, they ventured forth towards Negev to explore more of God's promised land. Later, there was a severe famine in the land. The land, once bursting with promise and opportunity, became desolate, and the once hopeful Abram decided to take his family and all his possessions to Egypt. There they lived until the famine was over. As they entered Egypt, doubt and paranoia began to seep into Abram's mind. Abram became fearful that Sarai's beauty would cause the Egyptians to kill him so they could take her. Abram, fearful and faithless, devised a lie. He spoke to his wife, saying, "When we enter Egypt, do not tell them that you are my wife. Instead, tell them you are my sister. This way, my life will be spared, and they will treat me well." As expected, Pharaoh caught notice of Sarai's beauty, and brought her into his courts so that he might be with her. And just as Adam put himself before his wife in the garden, so Abram did to his wife in Egypt. Pharaoh, to gain favor with Sarai, blessed Abram and adorned him with sheep, cattle, servants, and camels. Abram's lie was working. Yet God is not one to play partner in a lie. The Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues and revealed that Sarai was Abram's wife. Pharaoh, frantic and confused, demanded answers from Abram. "What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife?" he shouted. "Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go." So they went their way back to Canaan and settled in Bethel. This would be the first of many failures by Abram, yet God's enduring protection over him and his future was steadfast. Abram would need it, for the journey would only become more difficult.